Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Tuesday. Question for you, sir.
Shoot.
This is one of those that's going to start many a water cooler conversations today. Could be your health, could be your not health. I don't know, but you know,
Okay.
it's a preferential question.
Oh, good.
To find out if you have a preference.
I
If offered,
probably do.
no, okay, very good.
Ready.
If offered sauerkraut, are you going to eat some?
No.
No.
No. Good
Oh,
Lord,
good.
no. It's disgusting.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hate the word. I hate what it looks like. I don't like the word sour or kraut. There's
Yep.
nothing positive from a sound of the food to what it looks like. Now, it may be delicious. I have no idea. I would not consume it because of what it looks like,
Right.
and because of the name.
Well, here's my dilemma. I come
Okay.
home last night and there's a couple of things different cooking, and I look down in the crock pot. It's sausage and sauerkraut, and let me tell you something. I'm all for it. You know, if Cindy likes the sauerkraut and things are great, enjoy. Who am I to stop you?
Mm-hmm.
But since you've never had sauerkraut, let me explain to you the magic power of sauerkraut. It is a roto-rooter. If you eat sauerkraut, everything you've ever eaten is coming out of you.
Oh my God.
And I don't mean maybe. I can't do when I've got my stomach
Right, you got
is
to
not the
digest it.
best,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that sauerkraut is on the list of hydrogen bomb
Mm-hmm.
things in my life to eat. Even the
Did you like
smell.
it before that?
No.
Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
it gives you diarrhea like you would not believe.
But did you like the taste? I'm not talking about the
No,
after
I
effects.
mean the
Okay.
taste
Okay.
is it. You know what it is? You know what sauerkraut
Yeah.
is?
I don't know what it. I know what it just looks
It's
like a mess of
fermented
shit.
cabbage.
Yeah, it looks like just shit to me.
it's shredded cabbage, and they ferment it in whatever they ferment things with, and then you're supposed to eat it.
This, this is what I don't get. I don't understand why some people want to ruin good food
Even
products by putting shit on. Like, sausage is great.
sausage, I'm all for it.
Sausage is awesome.
Give me all the
You
sausage.
had me at sausage. You lost me at sauerkraut.
I can't figure it out.
Absolutely, it's an abomination of a food product. It just is. It's
Even
just
cabbage
gross.
itself is suspect.
Yeah,
I mean,
and cabbage is different
maybe
from lettuce.
maybe
Lettuce
a
is
scoop of
fine.
coleslaw occasionally.
Mm,
Little cabbage in an egg roll, okay. But to eat cabbage hand over fist with sausage in it, no.
no, thank you.
No.
It's like you ruin. You make a great food lesser than by adding something shitty to it.
I think you're going too far with
And
great when it
sometimes
comes to
no, I'm not.
cabbage.
Well, I'm talking about sausage.
Oh, okay, all right, all
I
right.
mean, you add sauerkraut, you make the sausage less than. But now that also can be the case if you put something that's typically good by itself into something else that's good. You can create a combination that sucks. Like in my I've got family members who will vehemently disagree with this when it comes to
Yeah,
my mom's cooking, because my mom is a really really good cook,
right.
and I'm a terrible food critic because I have a fairly bland palate. But she'll make these Asian hamburgers. Now she makes great regular hamburgers,
Right.
but the Asian burgers have like some ginger or some sweets. Like, I don't want my meat to be sweet. Like, ginger
Right.
is good. Hamburgers are good. You combine ginger, you put ginger in a
You just want them
hamburger.
together.
It's disgusting. It's just like, what that it tastes wrong.
And do you throw that
It
at your
just
mother when she makes that?
I don't throw it at her. I said, I'm not eating this.
Okay.
I hate it. Or I'll take a bite and go, you put ginger. Well, I just put it. No, I can't eat it. It's great.
Okay. And then what happens? Do you suffer a penalty
Nothing.
for that? No?
No penalty. It's just,
You don't have to sit
look,
at the table
and
until
she
you finish
understands
it or anything?
Just about me and my older brother Tom are really good at critiquing my mom's cooking, because everybody else just says great, and my mom is a legitimately very 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 good cook.
Yeah.
Very good. I mean,
Yeah.
she fed 8 kids.
Yeah.
For eons. So, but my brother Tom and I will both. Chris, I didn't really like this. It wasn't. You're like, like on to the other side of like she'll make like the soup, this hamburger soup that is phenomenal. It's like the
Ooh,
best soup I've ever had. Like, and I'm not even a big soup eater, and
right,
I'll eat
right.
bowl after bowl of that. But then she'll try to get cute with certain foods, and then it'd be like, yeah, this isn't as good. Stick to whatever the original recipe was and stay with that. But occasionally, she likes to get creative, and that's fine for other people. But
But you're
like,
just like, Mom, don't
we'll
get
be like,
cute.
no, this stop, no, this don't get cute with this.
All right.
You're
Fair
making it
enough.
not as good.
I'll leave
So
it
there
at
you go.
this though. Next time, if you really want an adventure, next time they have a morning show potluck over there at the
Mhm.
old TV 13 or whatever, do up a crock pot full of sausage and sauerkraut and just bring it in and let them all eat it.
Yeah.
Let your coworkers eat it
Yeah.
all, and just think of the clean colons you'll be giving these people at TV 13 and the
First
fun
of all,
you
I
can
okay,
have
I
watching them all
no,
run.
I've seen, dude. I've seen the bathrooms adjacent to the studio just destroyed for
Oh
some
yeah,
reason. Even though we've got bathrooms like farther on down the hall that are a little more secluded, it's like why you would do that
here
to a to like where there's like no buffer zone at all. When you've got a little more privacy, just a further walk down the hall is beyond me. But
I
that's a story for another day.
I don't
Trust me,
miss
I
that a
get it.
bit about being in the working
Okay.
world.
That's right. You don't have to deal with that.
No, I don't.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
News.
All right, let's get into it. No new rate hike from the Federal Reserve, at least not yet. With inflation cooling a tad, the Fed is edging toward a peak in the series of rate hikes it unleashed back in March of 2022. Those interest rate increases were the fastest in 40 years. And of course, that made borrowing a lot more costly for individuals and businesses. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Could be a train, but a light is a light.
I
So
don't
there you go.
know. Okay.
Six-time major golf champion Phil Mickelson announced that he has a gambling addiction. Mickelson said he will not be betting on football games this year because he, quote, crossed the line of moderation into addiction, which isn't any fun at all. I surmise from this that he was probably losing a lot, but hey, good for him for getting on top of
I
his
heard I heard that
addiction.
he wasn't just losing a lot.
Yeah,
I
well,
heard
Bill
he lost the
Wilder.
economy of a small country.
Well, that's what Bill Wilder, who is a professional gambler, he alleged that Mickelson bet more than $1 billion on basketball, football, and baseball games over the last 30 years. And it didn't say how much
Wow.
he won or lost, but he probably, usually when people say they have a gambling problem, and I'm not minimizing this at all because
No,
addictions across the board are bad,
bad.
but usually it means you have a losing problem because nobody has a gambling problem if they're like, you got people who are professional gamblers. If you're winning, you don't have a gambling problem. So you don't have a gambling problem, you have a losing problem. And that's where the issue lies.
And when it comes to booze,
Mm,
if they're an alcoholic, they don't have an alcohol problem. Everybody else does.
yeah.
You got the
Well said.
problem.
Finally,
Wow, a
it's
billion dollars. Woo.
yeah, that's crazy. It's apparently game over for Mel Tucker at Michigan State. The university announced on Monday that it intends to fire the coach amid sexual harassment allegations. Tucker still has 80 million remaining on a 96 million dollar deal. Now they've got a hearing that's scheduled for I believe August 5th or 6th. And Tucker was saying even before that this is that the hearing's a sham. Like,
Well,
and
here's the thing.
I'm not saying it. Wait, hang on a second. I'm
All
not
right.
saying he's right or wrong.
Yep.
But it makes it look this way. Why not wait till after the hearing to do this? It doesn't make any sense. It makes the university look bad.
I.
And
mm,
I was of the mindset that the woman was completely telling the truth. I was like, this is bad luck. I can't believe he's going to blow 80 million
Right.
on one-sided phone sex. But the more I look into this, the more you kind of
Here.
it doesn't make sense. I'm
Here's the
leaning
thing.
more towards this may have been consensual.
We've. I've had parts in contracts in the past that have been written that
Mhm.
say, if you're an embarrassment or a public spectacle of
Mhm.
this school
Yeah.
or your job, you're out the door.
Mhm.
That's it. You're
Mhm.
gone. And I have spoken very liberally in the past about the times I never showed up at work. I got a drunk driving at a station event,
Mhm.
kind of, and all this other stuff. And they never did. They never got rid of me. And I was always very fortunate. This
Mhm.
is as embarrassing as it gets for Michigan State. And that fits perfectly into that contract language that you have caused this university
Yeah.
lasting damage by these actions. And you're done. I get it.
Here's I do too, and again, I think he exercised incredibly bad judgment, and you can make a good case that the judgment, just getting involved with a woman who was brought in to speak to your team about sexual assault and sexual
Right.
violence and all that stuff, just to engage in any kind of relationship with her. First of all, it's very, very risky because it could go sideways, even if that's not your intent, even if you're completely innocent of all this, which I believe he probably is. I could be wrong. Again, I'm open to being wrong, but this something smells kind of fishy here.
Okay.
And the way Michigan State is going about this, again, I'm a Michigan State fan. I'm a huge fan. Okay, I'm not a huge Mel Tucker fan. I haven't been for the last couple of years. So, but I'm trying to look at this thing objectively. How or why would you risk $80 million on one-sided phone sex? It doesn't
I
make sense to me.
It doesn't
It
make
doesn't
sense.
make sense to me. And
But does
again,
any
I
of
don't.
that kind of thing make sense?
But the problem is nobody seems to be asking this question, and I get it because you don't want to appear to be blaming a victim. You don't want to do that. There's a fine line between asking questions, asking questions about this, and and castigate and putting this woman in a poor light. You don't want to do that, but you also want to make sure you're not unfairly branding him as something that he might not necessarily be. Again, I don't know who's telling the truth and who's lying here. Somebody is. Or maybe this was a case of I was intending this, you're taking it away. I don't know. But nobody seems to really be questioning this, and that's an issue. That's a journalistic issue.
Well,
So we'll see how it shakes out. Anyway, Monday Night Football doubleheader. Steelers beat Cleveland 26-22. It was Nolans over Carolina 20-14. Tigers winding down the season. Yet another loss. They fall to the Dodgers 8-3. That's sports.
quotable notables 600 today in your Jeopardy category. From this place, George Washington wrote, his soldiers were unfit for duty because they were barefoot and otherwise naked.
Say that again.
I can't.
A quotable note is like there didn't seem to
From
be
this
a
place, George
oh,
Washington wrote, his soldiers were
okay.
often unfit for
I got it.
duty because they
From
were
this place.
barefoot and otherwise
I got
naked.
it. Okay, I got it. Valley Forge.
Read me the question again.
Well, no, because it did
Play
sound
Jeopardy
you.
my
This
way.
is the
I
problem.
want
This
I
is the
want
problem.
Jeopardy my
Okay,
way. I don't want
for
to play by the
somebody who want
rules.
for somebody who wanted to replace Pat Sajak, for somebody who wanted to replace Pat Sajak, that was a terrible read of
No, it
of a
wasn't. It was a
of
perfectly
a
good
game
read.
show quest. It
You
was awful.
listen. You've got no business
It was
offering
awful. It was
criticism.
terrible.
No,
I hated it.
no. Well,
Okay.
whatever. You can hate it all you want. Hate it as much as your mom's ginger hamburgers.
I get again. Just leave the ginger out of the burgers. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying. All right.
perfect. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Welcome back, Muskegon. Mostly cloudy skies are expected today, but the 80s are on their way by Thursday. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Taking a quick look at your weather headlines, we will warm up into the 80s by Thursday, like I said, with mostly cloudy skies sticking around today. However, by the time we warm up, we'll stay pretty sunny actually, because the reason why we'll stay cloudy today is we'll have showers staying just to our southwest. And here's those showers, like I was mentioning. This is at 2 p.m. today. And like I said, they should dodge Muskegon County. So while the chance of rain is not zero, it's very low, as most of them will just stay to our southwest, moving into Benton Harbor area. Temperature-wise today, the clouds will prevent us from warming well into the 70s, so we'll likely end up in the upper 60s today. So for your Tuesday, expect mostly cloudy skies with a high of 70. Then overnight, we could have a very small chance of rain. It's a little bit better odds Tuesday night instead of Tuesday during the daytime hours with a low of 58. But after Tuesday, really, there's no chance of rain. Monday night into next Tuesday, as it will stay dry, warming up into the 80s as well by the weekend with plenty of sunshine. And that's your Tuesday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Colton Woods Weather, and enjoy your day today.